Good afternoon, everyone. It's time for the
Hello.
Daily Dose of Disney.
Oh, I think we're here.
Oh, yeah, we're here.
Okay.
Rachel. Good evening, everyone. Good to have you here. Thank you, Rachel. So I just sweep it to the left. And there we go. Back to Mickey.
Okay.
Just changing my the face on my
fancy
watch.
eye watches. We're all fancy. Inspector Gadgety. So, Rachel, thank you.
Thank you for being here, Rachel.
I don't know how many people were there last night.
Hope everyone's having a great day. It's a day where Doug needed some help with some things. So I thought, okay, let's go ahead and just take care of that stuff, and then we'll get going the next day. Hope you're all having a good day. How was your day? Is it okay?
It's getting better.
We did get those things done, so we're in good shape now. It's much better. Be back to the regular work schedule tomorrow, and well, that's just the way work is.
It is just us. I guess it's the three of us right now.
I don't think so, Rachel. There are others, but there are others here in the chat. We just have not seen anything from anyone. Hey, Danny. Speaking of Danny, he's going to be doing a live stream tonight at 9:30 his time, 6:30 Pacific. Hey,
Samantha.
Carlos, Samantha, Mike Wheeler. Good to see you. But Danny's show is with Tony of Phantasmic Chronicles. The world of randomness is happening tonight, so you don't want to miss that.
My world is one big gigantic randomness.
Yeah, we do have a lot of randomness in our lives.
So,
thank you, Danny.
Yeah,
there's the link for Danny's show tonight.
If you want to know what we talked about last night, that's going to be a monthly occurrence thing. Please watch last night's live channel. It goes actually kind of fast. We talk about our Disney Plus movie club, and I think we have our new one. Arnie wants to run it across Ben of the movie we're going to do for March.
But yeah, I think we might have something already in line. Usually the movies are not going to be more than 2 hours, so definitely you'll want to check out the movies for the movie club.
Right.
We had fun with the Ugly Dachshund last night.
Yeah, it was fun. So if you guys want to know what we did and we talked about it, it was fun if you were there. It
was a lot of fun.
I just wanted to bring up a recap of last night.
Yeah. So this is February 18th.
Yep.
I think it's 311 days until Christmas.
I know. I still have to buy new trees.
Yeah, but that'll be coming.
Well, I got to look for I'm finally doing a Halloween tree.
Yeah, Doug does want to do a Halloween tree.
It's going to be a Halloween.
Yeah. So it's probably going to be black.
Yeah. It's going to be black.
Probably with orange and white. Hey, just checking in, waiting on my daughter to come out from dance. Thank you, Tony. Well, you got to get ready for tonight, too. So you're going to be doing your live stream tonight. So it's going to be fun. Anyway, it is February 18th. And let's go back to 1960.
60 years
ago. On this day. Actually,
hi,
Mar, thank you for being here. I posted a picture on Instagram and Twitter. If you haven't followed us there before, also on Facebook. If you haven't followed us there, we're at Pepper Tree Villa on those platforms. So we'd love to have you follow us there. But on this day in 1960, the Winter Olympic Games started in Squaw Valley, California. Now, why am I bringing that up? That's because Walt Disney was heavily involved. What was his title?
Some people call it head of pageantry, but he was actually called director of pageantry from the Walt Disney Family Museum. So essentially, this is the first Olympics ever national televised. Well, who do you go to talk about somebody, or how do you start something or create something that hasn't been created? And who's the master of television and pageantry? Walt Disney. So the Olympic Committee hired Walt Disney to put on the pageantry for the opening and closing ceremonies of the Winter Olympics in Squaw Valley in 1960.
How convenient that the Disney company was right here in California, so they were able to do it. Doug and I have actually been to Squaw Valley, so we're probably going to go revisit Squaw Valley and maybe
see what's left,
we'll
check
the remnants of the Olympics from, believe it or not, 60 years ago today. The Olympics started.
Yeah, and this was considered, after they set this up, all Olympics were pretty much used as a standard from the 1960 winter ones. So that was kind of cool. So that might be on the dream list of actually, like the World's Fair in New York City, that there's some remnants left. And there's been a lot of documentaries. Not a lot of people knew that Walt Disney was heavily involved in the Olympics.
Yeah, now here's something else to think about. John Hench was a big designer for Disney. He did a lot of work for Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Epcot comes to mind. He did some artwork for them as well. John Hench actually designed something called the Tower of Nations. It was at the entrance of Squaw Valley. It measured 79 feet high, 20 feet wide. And then he also did a torch design for the Olympics. And it turns out that set the tone for all torches going forward. So John Hench had a knack for starting trends. And in this one, he really did. Pam's fam, thank you for being here.
Everybody
had to grab a plate of food. Ooh, meatloaf. Yum.
I was thinking about making a meatloaf one of these days. So we do have celery. That's what I was thinking. I like using up my stuff that I don't throw away. Meatloaf.
Meatloaf indeed. I love meatloaf.
Think about that.
So anyway, there were 30 flagpoles also representing each nation that participated in the Olympics that winter. And after the games, those flagpoles found other homes. One of them is at the Walt Disney Elementary School in Marceline, Missouri. Another one is at the Walt Disney Studios Commissary in Burbank. But there was a plaque that was attached under each one, and each plaque was signed by Walt Disney. So, it was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
It was a very big deal. Let's move forward quite a ways. Now, for this one, we have little
show and tell.
Little show and tell for this one. Yeah, 30. Only 30 countries, Mar. Yep, that was the Winter Olympics in 1960.
60 years ago. First Olympics ever televised.
Yeah, first National Olympics. Yeah, definitely. So in this case, we have a little bit of show and tell. And that's because on this day in 1995...
Got my trusty gloves.
A movie was released on video cassette for the first time.
Ever.
And this was in 1995, mind you. It was The Lion King.
This was the commemorative box set what the VHS comes into. You can see that it had the actual VHS.
Yeah, so it's got the whole cassette. It has all the memorabilia here too as well, like a little certificate of authenticity. Oh. It has also lithographs. A bonus VHS tape is in there as well. And Doug, how much did this cost you when you got it?
This was retail value. I got it. There's a price of $80. I got it.
But look, it was a value of $120 at the time.
You get all the swag, all the Lion King paraphernalia. But yeah, it's still wrapped. I never opened it because I had another copy that I watched. But I bought this just to keep in shrink wrap. It still has the 1995 shrink wrap.
Doug bought the VHS copy.
Yeah.
I bought a different one. So Doug, why don't you lift that up?
Now this
one that I bought, I also bought in 1995. It cost me $100. This is the CAV letterbox edition on Laserdisc. And I don't have a Laserdisc player anymore. It is still sealed in its plastic.
Yep.
I haven't opened it, so I can't verify everything is in there. Although I trusted it is. But everything that Doug had in the VHS thing is in this set as well. This one was $100 at the time when I bought it.
So we have
absolutely insane.
The collector's Laserdisc and the VHS. Now, 1995 it came out.
This particular artwork here that Rafiki does in the movie, when I was living in Southern California in 94, I went in 95, the Walt Disney Gallery opened at Santa Ana Main Place Mall right next to the Disney store. And they actually sold artwork with this kind of stuff. I even got a bookmark with that Simba. So I used that all the time. I loved it.
VHSs, when they came out in the 90s, they were horribly expensive. They're not like DVDs and Blu-rays of today. I mean, for what they were at the time. And at that time, the first week when Lion King came out to buy on VHS, first week, how many did they sell?
Over 20 million copies sold that first week on VHS. That's a lot of copies.
And I was working at Toys R Us at the time in 1995. I didn't stop working for them until the summer of 95.
And when that sold, how many pre-orders did you have?
Zillions. Yeah. Zillions. I mean, the Toys R Us, I think, was the #1 seller of Disney VHS. So it was one of the single-handedly the most popular Disney movie up until Frozen. I mean,
looks like Carlos just added a youngster to the insurance policy. So sorry, Carlos. I know how expensive that can be.
That's gonna hurt your pocketbook.
Richard, the Orlando guy. Show Richard. Richard.
So the VHS.
We just finished showing this. This is our copy of The Lion King that I have on Laserdisc. I bought it in 1995.
Well, this is the VHS collector's edition.
Yeah, and I have
exclusive deluxe.
and I have a laser disc. So
And then that, and this
Carlos.
is the laser disc set.
Yeah.
We don't even have a laser disc player, so because Lion King is my all-time favorite movie.
I did have a laser disc player at the time, and then I upgraded that player to another one, but they just stopped making them. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to move on to Blu-ray. So,
and then every copy that Lion King is my movie of all times. I have so much Lion King memorabilia. Whenever there was a copy of Blu-ray or DVD, I have the commemorative set of of DVD and Blu-ray when they've all released. So I'm going to make a shrine in the living room of every copy I have, and I pretty much have every copy released of Lion King of different formats.
Yeah, wow.
Laserdisc, VHS.
Laserdisc is valuable. Keep that one forever. I will definitely do that, Richard. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Oh, you have that set too, Amy. That's cool.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Amy, just asking you, are you going live tonight? Please let me know. I will make sure that that's pushed here.
So yeah, that's that. And we have one other Laserdisc too. A copy of is the copy Laserdisc of Song of the South.
You're doing Lotso burgers tonight, Danny?
Lotso burgers from.
He's having burgers for dinner.
Oh,
nice.
We're having pork chop night.
Yeah. Hashtag Doug's Gloves. Hi, Noah. How you doing?
Yeah, tonight's pork chop night, grilled asparagus and brown rice.
I'm looking so forward to the first asparagus of the season. I'm looking so forward to it. Okay.
Hold them up like
and
Simba.
Now, 20 years ago, the year 2000, on this day at Disneyland, a show called Believe There's Magic in the Stars premiered. Lies.
There's magic in the stars.
Yeah.
Magic everywhere.
Oh, Richard's asking, do you have the Laserdisc of Song of the South?
Yes.
I do have that Laserdisc.
We have 2 Laserdiscs. We own no player, but we have the actual copies of Lion King and Song of the South.
I kept Lion King and I kept Song of the South. I was not going to let that one go.
Yeah.
So, 2000, it was specifically created, this fireworks show.
Oh, I love this.
For the 45th anniversary of Disneyland in 2000.
I love it so much.
Believe There's Magic in the Stars. And the singer Sandy Patty was very popular at the time in Christian music. She did the soundtrack for that show and did a beautiful job with it. I missed that fireworks show. That was my favorite until they prepared the one in 2005 called Disneyland Forever or something like that.
Now they're just so over the top and heavy projections. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're beautiful, but there's something about from Fantasy in the Sky from the 50s all the way up to 2000 was Fantasy in the Sky.
But bear in mind, those projections are there to help minimize the pollution that the fireworks create.
Yeah,
not just noise, but also, of course, all the chemicals and things.
That was a great spin on it. I don't think they're selling it that way, but they're still doing fireworks, but they're not doing as many because they can help supplement it with projections and other effects where they're still at the fireworks show, but they don't have to rely on so many fireworks, which when I heard that came out, I'm actually buying it. It's less sound, noise pollution and environmental pollution. And I okay.
Richard, I am with you. Believe There's Magic in the Stars is right up there with Wishes. It
Yeah.
really is. People loved Wishes, and now they love Happily Ever After. But I'll tell you, Wishes was a good show. It was a great show.
Yeah.
But Believe There's Magic in the Stars, fantastic.
But Believe actually made Wishes and all the other ones as good as it wasn't for Believe. They would, because the same guy who did it, Steven Davidson is the
Steve
director.
Davidson, yeah.
He does all the fireworks for both parks.
Indeed, they do, Dan.
Yeah,
it's
they
true.
Do. They're not good.
Love them. The next year, 2001, the Disney Channel showed a special on this day called Eye on LA, Disney's newest theme park, and it featured everything to do with Disney's California Adventure.
Eye on LA.
Yeah, they did it really to introduce the country to what that park was. Didn't work. It was just a park that was dead on arrival. Only 5 million people walked through the gates that year. Now, for other parks, other theme parks around the country, 5 million is astounding. That's a success. For a Disney park, that's a failure.
Yeah, it's not to Disney standards. I mean, I have an emotional attachment to DCA. It will always be up there high on the top, but it's not a perfect park.
Oh, Richard, I'm sorry. Last performance of Wishes. I remember being at Disneyland in '96 for the last performance of the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Oh God, I don't know how many lasts.
That was tears and people standing at the gate of Small World where it closed into, it disappeared into a cloud of smoke. They had the smoke that blew in there. And then people were standing there with cigarette lighters and the flame going, and people singing na 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 na, hey hey goodbye.
Well, it was painful after the fact with Light Tragic or Light Magic. Richard, when you were living in Southern California in 1997, did you see Light Magic? That was played, the supplement. Only played for like 3 months, so you probably did. So where were you in the summer of 1997? Please reach out to us. We want to hear your story. Have you seen Light Magic?
Okay, thank you, Amy. Thank you.
So, okay.
So
yeah,
2004. It was announced.
He did.
Light Magic was terrible.
It was horrible.
It was terrible. We really should talk more about that sometime.
It was horrible.
It's just hard to get the footage for that kind of thing. We'd have to borrow it from a lot of other channels, but you know what? Maybe we could do something like that.
Technology didn't exist like it is today.
Yeah. So the Walt Disney Company and Jim Henson Company announced on this day in 2004 that they entered into agreements so that Disney could have Bear in the Big Blue House as the property. They acquired the Muppets and Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah.
On this day in 2004. Now, Bear in the Big Blue House ended up being a great show at Disney MGM Studios. It was cute. Now, it was very cute.
This was Michael Eisner's last big purchase.
I probably so.
Bob Iger went on a spending spree.
Yeah.
He got Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and then bought Fox. So
yeah.
So far, he's the only CEO who's been spending money like a drunken sailor.
Yeah.
Which is worth every dime.
But that is about it for history. Let me go ahead and say, Mods, thank you so much for being here. It is wonderful to have you here in the stream. Cannot do this without you. And also to my support channels, Richard, the Orlando guy. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Same with you, Denny. Two Real Geeks, always a pleasure. And then we also have D&G Explorers, More Sunshine Please, and Rob Fuzz. All 5 channels. Go check them out. If you are not yet subscribed to them, please go do so. And then also, tonight on the Disney YouTube network, we have AJC Magic TV. Amy, she is here in the stream right now. She will be going live in about 13 minutes, so make sure that you go over and check her out. Following that, at 7:30 p.m., Jim, Mr. More Sunshine Please, will be on live as well, doing his regular Disney news and chat checks. Jim, always a pleasure to have on our show and also to watch. He's just so entertaining. Then at 8 p.m. tonight, Mouse Talk with Walt and Melissa. They're going to be doing the regular Disanity. So they're going to have some fun on their show. And then following that, 9:30 tonight, Danny just dropped the link. It's going to be on Tony's channel, which is Phantasmic Chronicles. It is the world of randomness. They can go on sometimes for hours. They just have fun talking about absolutely anything. It is an open forum. They take subject matter also from the audience. So if you have any questions that you have for them, feel free to join in with the conversation. They would be more than happy to entertain those questions. We're going to be a little busy tonight ourselves.
Yep.
So I'll see what we can do about hopping in on some of those chats as well. But I can't make any promises on that because we do have some busy plans tonight. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us today on this kind of surprise show and tell during the Disney.
Well, he brought it up, but it's like, oh my God, I have like every copy of Lion King, and it was the starter relays. So
you see, like Danny says, chat controls the chat. They can camp for 3 hours, and they have.
Yes.
They have. It is, like I said, the world of randomness. Anything goes.
And again, follow us. If you didn't watch last night, you want to know about the Disney Plus Movie Club that we're doing. Just kind of skip through it, but we love you to watch what we did if you were not here last night, because we went live explaining it, and we watched our first movie, and we went through and described it. It was called The Ugly Dachshund, and we're going to do retro movies.
Yeah, and then future movies, what we're going to do is everyone's going to watch them. We're going to tell people to watch them, and then we're going to talk about them, and then we're going to do a trivia contest. Ben and I will be writing the questions for those trivia shows, and it could be anywhere from 30 to 50 questions that we'll ask during the stream. So we'll make sure that everyone can be involved with it. So we'll let you know what the movie is ahead of time as well, so that you've got plenty of time to watch it.
So yeah, so if you want to know more about, and thank you everybody who did watch us last night.
Yeah.
So
Also, remember, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow us there at Pepper Tree Villa. If you need to send us anything by email, we're at peppertreevilla@gmail.com.
Richard, that might be one of them very soon. The computer who wore tennis shoes.
You know what? It's interesting that you mentioned that because on this day, also the Disney company, I saw that in my notes. I didn't mention it. 1995 as well. There was a remake of the Computer Wore Tennis Shoes that they aired on the Disney Channel. But
these are going to be cringeworthy, but very entertaining.
Yeah, and in the original film, Dexter Riley was played by Kurt Russell.
Okay.
In the remake, it was Kirk Cameron.
Of course it is.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, Shudder. Definitely.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of movies to pick from. There's not going to be.
There is not a shortage of film. I mean,
movie.
we could go on doing this once a month for years.
We might even take it out of our monthly live and do a special.
We might start doing a bi-weekly show of that. So, but we're still talking about that kind of thing. We'll see how it goes.
There's so much content. So, anyways, thank you for last night. Thank you for following us. You guys are amazing. Namaste. And have
Namaste.
Good fun.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Have a magical evening, everyone. Disney YouTube is busy tonight again, so check it out. And in the meantime, everyone, have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Goodbye, everybody.
We'll see you tomorrow with another edition of the Daily Dose of Disney. Good night, everyone.
Ciao.